पादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती नामिने श्रीवासवानवी देवी दत्ताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दारिणे प्रभवे नमः माधुर्ज्वाल प्रेमाद्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिद श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुदांप सिद्धांत द्वांतहारिणे नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बर सांबोधे राम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगराय ते गौरवीर्भावभूमस्तं निर्देश सज्जन प्रियः वैष्णव सर्वभौमः जगन्नाथाय ते नमः आञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते जयतां सुरतौ पङ्गोर्मम मन्दं मते गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्बोजौ राधा मदन मोहनौ दिव्याद्भीतारण्यकल्पद्रौ माधव श्रीमन् रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमन् राधा शील गोविन्द देवौ तीष्टालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन् रसा अक्षरा तन्नी कुडिंग वा श्रीमन् रसारसारम्भी वंशवटतस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रीयेस्तु नः तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण सरी वाह जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा प्रभु
Hare Krishna, thanks so much. Jay.
Oh, I could see Jayden sleeping. He's grown bigger, Prabhu.
Yeah, it's big, yeah. Would you like to summarize?
Yes, Prabhu, I would like to summarize, Prabhu. Last week, we did 3 verses, Prabhu. We are in chapter 13, and we did verse 24, 25, and 26. So the main context for the 3 verses were the relationship between Paramatma and Jiva and the Prakriti, and what is the result of knowing the interrelationship between Paramatma, Jiva, and Prakriti is being explained in these 3 verses. The verse 24, it says like this. This is a part of a Jnana Yoga, but the Uttama Bhakti, you said like Anya Abhilashita Sunim, everybody should by heart that verse. And then he said, Bhakti should not be covered by Jnana. We should receive the knowledge about Bhakti based on the foundation of philosophy. Anyone who knows the Prakriti, Supreme Prakriti, Cha, in that verse, Cha mentioned is for the living entity, along with the modes. Though they are living in the world, maintaining the body, does not take birth again. Clear understanding of the Jiva and Paramatma. Okay. Eligible to get liberated. Okay. Then, this one was like a very good discussion, Prabhu. You said, in the verse itself, Krishna says that if you know this, you will not take birth again in this material world. But in purport, Prabhupada mentions that you are eligible for liberation. So you asked to explain what do you mean by is the same or different? So like I think I really like that example that you gave. Like for example, when a person is in the bus trying to go to a destination, we say that oh he already has gone to the destination, but he's actually sitting in the bus. He's traveling. So that's what has been compared, saying that the path, the process is already started. That's what Srila Prabhupada meant, explains to us for this specific verse. And then you talked about multiple quotations, Prabhu, from Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, this was also very good, Prabhu. How he said like one of the from Sandarbhas, Jiva Goswami mentions that the statement is logically you say the effect first and then you say the cause, because that effect is so quick. So you wanted to say the result first before you say the cause for that. So that was from it was mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.51-53. We discussed on that. And then when you uh, when you come to verse 25, so unless there is a tinge of bhakti in whatever ways you try to understand, it will give you no result. Bhakti can be only Paramatma realization. Then this verse specifically talks about different kinds of yoga, like Sankhya Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga. So he said like these yogas, he said like these are in the mode of sattvic, but Bhagavan realization is beyond the modes. So that's why you need the tinge of bhakti is required in any kind of a practice. And for this one week, you quoted the verse from 11th canto, 19th chapter, where this was who said this verse, Prabhu? It was Prachetas? No.
Which
Forgot.
one?
The 11th canto, 19th chapter 1, first one, Prabhu. Tedious, he said, like Supreme Personality of the Godhead, self realized person who's cultivated scriptural knowledge up to a point of enlightenment and who's free from the impersonal speculation, understanding the material universe, simply surrender by unto me both knowledge and means by which achieve.
Oh, ये
Oh,
भगवान से
yeah. You have to
भगवान
also,
देवा
yes, correct, Prabhu. You have to also surrender the means by which you attained to that level.
yes
என்ன சாப்பிடுற சொல்லு. So like although like I've not eat anything. Okay, I'll give you soup. You wait for me. Yeah, that's so you said like why to take up this tedious process of jnana yoga and the other karma yoga, because you said karma yoga, even if you there is one mispronunciation in the verses you recite also, it is not the destination you're going to go. So it is the best way is bhakti for you to realize God, understand Paramatma. Then you also talked about 26th verse, Prabhu, where it says like it talks about the importance of hearing. So where should we hear? Like from authorities with faith about Paramatma. No one is able to practice anything, just practice Shravanam sincerely. So like once a man was speaking. Oh, this was like one story you said, Prabhu, like he was speaking Harikatha in in to public, and mother-in-law was there, and he said like only practice Harikatha, that will help you. And then when they actually had to cross the river, the man was trying to say Harikatha, like the mother-in-law was mocking. But that's why you for this example, what you meant was like you have to hear from the authoritative spiritual masters and have the philosophy, and then also hear and practice bhakti. And this one also I really like, Prabhu, where it says no need to change the position. You can chant Harinam in the same position as you are. One has to give up the speculative reasoning. For this, you quoted from 10th canto, 14th chapter, Lord Brahma. How Lord Brahma says that even whilst remaining in the situated in the established social position, throw away the process of speculative knowledge, and then you will able to understand the sound vibration and certainly conquer your lordship. Although that's what was the main intent there, Prabhu. If you are fortunate enough to take the shelter of a pure devotee, hear from him, about self realization and follow his footsteps. Krishna is so accommodative, still, we are not ready to take it. So that's what was the notes I have written from last
Yeah,
class.
wonderful. Aptly, very succinctly summarized everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank
And
you.
I'm very eager to listen the next two verses because you said it's going to be all about hearing, Shravanam.
Actually, this verse itself, so 26th verse itself is, I mean, not the next two verses. 26th verse is about hearing. See the verse. Anye tevam ajananta shutva nibhya upasate. And if you see the last one, tepe chaititarantevam mrityum shruti parayana. Shruti parayana means one who has having faith in hearing the topics of the Vedas, all scriptures basically. So others do not, they may not know other methods, but they have faith in hearing the topics from the Shruti, from the Vedas, Shruti Parayana, right? And just because of that, having faith in the hearing from the scriptures, there itself is qualification for them. Does that make sense? And by hearing, they what do? Annebhya, they worship the great Lord. And by gradually becoming an association, understanding and practicing, they surpass death, mrityum. Taranti eva mrityum. Right? So what I said about last time was I wanted to maybe, I don't know how much you want to talk about hearing. So there, uh, let's see, how much should I have few articles which I have, I mean, trying to compile basically about different topics. So let me just see. Let me share my screen. Maybe we can take a couple of them from this. Let me we can see on the screen. Before we go, any questions on that so far? Lakshmi, and if you got a chance to read, or go back, or meditate, or contemplate whatever, right? Do you have any questions? I want you to go, oh no, I'm not able to understand anything, what's going on. I want you to be in that particular case. Just want to make sure that, mm, yeah, coming along. Krishna, you're unmuted, but I can't hear you.
We can hear you, Prabhu. Sorry if you're
I can
asking.
also hear you, Prabhu.
Yeah, no, Lakshmi is unmuted, but we can't hear Lakshmi if she's speaking something.
Hey, I am here. I'm sorry, by mistake that
Oh,
has gone to unmute.
yeah, yeah. Just want to
I was
make sure that.
trying to read the content that you have shared. So
Oh,
while
okay, okay.
zooming it, it went to unmute.
Oh, okay, okay. No, no, I just want to mention that the last time, whatever we were discussing, are you able to follow? Or
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
okay, okay. Just want to make sure that you're not lost
Yes.
in that. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
So what I've been doing, I've been trying to collect different articles, different topics. But this is what I'm doing. They're all different topics, different personalities, whatever, right? Whatever. Uh, and this is based on a particular article which comes every Ekadashi. It's called Krishna Kathamrita Bindu, and if you haven't heard of that, it's it's amazing. It's a few pages. It's not long. A few pages. So I've been going through that, trying to cultivate, I could say, um, collect tough topics. So far, what I have read till now, I have been here, it's called hearing. You see here, it's all the hearing, about hearing. Mahaprabhu, these topics are more, they're more actually, but yeah, they're more, many topics about Mahaprabhu, behavior of sadhaka, prideless or pride, you could say. I'm trying to come to both it anyway. Lust, dharma, prema, Vrindavan, different acharyas, the holy name should go up. Basically, holy name has two of holy names. Okay, so yeah, so let's just see about hearing. Let's see if we can. This one with this very beautiful one. Let me just share this one. Where is it? Yeah, the machine to hear Mahamantra. You see this. Okay. Would you even like to read this one? The machine to hear the Mahamantra.
I can read, Prabhu.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Only the first paragraph, right?
Yeah, this one.
Okay. The machine to hear the Mahamantra is Divine Grace C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In the material world, if you speak the same thing once, twice, thrice, 4 times, then it becomes disgusting. But this Hare Krishna mantra you can chant 24 hours and it will still feel fresh. That is spiritual. Therefore, the sound is not like this radio, material sound. It is spiritual sound and it's coming from the spiritual world. In the material world, we can release some sound that can be heard for thousands of miles, but not more than that. However, spiritual sound, even if it is released from many millions and trillions of miles away, still it can be heard, provided you've got the machine to capture it. That machine is Bhagavata Prema. Bhagavatam, lecture in Bombay, 4th December 1974. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Did you understand what is been talked about here? We had it, but did you understand what's been talked about? Share what you understood.
So Prabhuji, Bhagavata Prema means, is that something he's referring to the Bhagavatam? Okay.
Bhagavata basically means for Bhagwan.
Bhagavan. Okay. Bhagavata.
So Bhagavad Prema means Prema for Bhagwan, love for Bhagwan.
Okay.
So Bhagwan says, okay. So Bhagwan says in Bhagavad Gita, he says, I'll give you the most confidential instruction. Okay, bring it up. We just digressing a little bit, but we'll come back. Topic 18th chapter. Okay, at the very end. Okay, confidential. Okay, not here. Okay, here. Okay, we go back. 60, right? One second again. Okay. So Bhagwan says, this 18th chapter is basically summarizing whatever Bhagwan spoke. Okay. So after speaking, he comes here, right? And then he says this. O son of Bharata, surrender to him ultimately. Whatever, Bhagwan, whatever, right? By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and supreme eternal abode. Then he says this. What is the very important? The couple of very important things here. Word here. Can you recognize from this verse? Couple of very important things. Words basically.
Guhya Taram.
Okay, Guyataram, and then anything else?
Guhyat Guhyataram.
Okay. Anything else?
Etechesi tata guru Prabhu.
Hey, Chitha Guru. Yes, thank you, Mataji. This word, this phrase. So Guyataram basically means more confidential. Yatha Ichitha Guru. So even after Bhagavan says the entire Bhagavad Gita, but what does it say at the very end? Oh Arjuna, I have told everything what I want to tell. I told still more confidential instruction. He told something confidential previously. Then something called, okay, let me give you something better, more confidential, and then says, Vimshatyadishara, think about it. Okay. And do what you wish to do. If at that point Arjuna had said, oh Krishna, Bhagavan, Krishna, I think I don't want to fight. I have heard everything, but I don't want to fight. Krishna, what Krishna said? What do you think? He said, okay,
As you wish.
okay, let's go. Whatever Arjuna would have said, Krishna would have done that. So Bhagavan does not impose what he wants. He'll share. He will try to coax. He will try to influence in sense by telling, oh, this is dekho. But ultimately, who is he is giving his hand to? Who has the ultimate say? That I want to do it. The jiva, the living entity. Remember the voluntary. Krishna wants us to voluntarily coming towards him. So Krishna wants Arjuna to do. I told everything. Now you think and you do what you want to do. Okay, there's one thing. I just Guyataram. Okay, Guyataram means more confidential. It's like positive, comparative, and superlative. Good, better, best. So this knowledge till he mentioned from till before verse 62 was the better knowledge. And he said, now Arjuna, you do what you want to do. Okay, I'm done. So this is supposed to be the last verse. He said, I'm done. But then he thought, Arjuna is a very special, he's my friend, very special devotee. How can I just leave him hanging, just give more confidential? I'm giving the best. Then he says, okay, Arjuna, let me do something. And then he says, Sarva Guhyatamam Bhuya Shume Paramacha. Here, hear from me, the Guhyatamam, the most confidential instruction. I'm doing the most, there's nothing about this. The most confidential instruction I'm trying to tell you. Please hear carefully, Arjuna. Okay, what is it? Manmana bhavam bhakto madhyajiva namaskuru mam evaishi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. There's one. And the second one is sarvadharmam parityajya mamekam shatam vadantem. These two words. Now, you tell me, who can do this? Who can perform this activity? Please share something. Manmana bhavam. Always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me. Offer homage unto me. Always think of me. They will come back to you. I promise you. Who can do this? Is the question clear or? Maybe not clear? Is the question not
Not
clear?
clear, Prabhu.
Not clear?
I didn't understand.
Okay. So, till verse number 62, Krishna gives instructions. Okay. He told, and 63 is told, oh Arjuna, whatever I've spoken till now, they're more confidential. Very confidential, but better than confidential. Confidential, more confidential, the most confidential. Right? He's making some levels. So after saying it's more confidential, Krishna says, "Oh Arjuna, now think about it and do whatever you want to do." But then he thought, but he's my friend, my very dear friend, very dear devotee. How can I just give him the better? I want to give him the best instruction I want to give. So Krishna says, "Okay, Arjuna, listen to me. I'm going to tell you the best instruction, the most confidential. Okay, here to hear me." And what does he say? Manmana bhakto. Always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me and offer homage unto me. These four things Sri Krishna tells. Who is the person who can do these four things? The best.
Devotees, Prabhu.
Devotees. So are you thinking always about Krishna?
I'm trying.
We're trying, but are you thinking? Always think of me.
Hmm.
Are you able to do it?
No, Prabhu.
No. At least I'm not able to, I can say. So devotees, yes. But what kind of devotees? Who's
Uttama
devotee?
Bhaktas.
Uttama, the pure devotee. Right? But then what is required for them to become pure devotee? I'm trying to connect it to the article which you
Remembrance.
made. So the
Remembrance, Prabhu.
remembrance, but
Constant remembrance.
constant remembrance, but what enables him to remember Bhagavan constantly? What is that thing which makes them remember Bhagavan constantly? Does it make sense for this question? So
Maybe
yeah,
by Prabhuji, maybe by surrendering all our activities unto him.
Okay, surrendering all activities into Him. How do you still remember fully? Okay, whatever, okay, Krishna, I'm doing for you. But I'm doing all other activities, right? By doing activity, I'm remembering Krishna. Surrendering activity, yes, okay. Always think of me. Surrendering activity is good, yes. But while doing activity, always think of Krishna. No, right? But point is, it's very difficult. Who is that person who's able to do it? One who has prema. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
So surrendering is the prerequisite. Surrender has to be there, as you mentioned. Surrender has to be there. But then without love, surrender is artificial, partial, or conditional. Okay. Oh. Without prema, surrender is artificial, conditional, or partial. It's not full. Okay. 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 So one is able to always think about me. One is fully surrender and has prema. So the article which you're talking about is okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So this article, let me go back to article, okay? So article is again, okay. Sorry, I mentioned here also. However, spiritual sound, right? Even if released from many trillions of miles away, still it can be heard, provided you got the machine to capture it. So who can understand, who can hear the actual meaning of Mahamantra is there. Everyone chant Mahamantra. But someone is able to reach Mahamantra nicely, right? It's okay. Can I? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right? So that prema becomes like the antenna for devotee to capture Krishna's messages. Does it make sense? Wait, 1 second, okay? 1 second. Just here. 1 second. Krishna, does it make sense? So we hear Krishna Katha. A pure devotee can hear Krishna Katha. But when they hear Krishna Katha, some devotees cry. Not really, but they actually feel genuine in their heart. But we say, wow, okay, I take them. Right? But what is that thing which makes them feel different than us when they hear Bhagavad Prem? Love Bhagavad. So unless so why are we not able to think about Krishna constantly? Because we have not put Krishna on the pedestal of love. Let's say if you love someone, let's say your child, for example, right? Go somewhere. You constantly think about your child. Yes or no? What do you think?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Constant.
Prabhu.
Yes.
Why? Why will you think about constantly about them?
Love, Prabhu.
Love, because you love them.
Mhm.
So because you love them, you're constantly think about them. So why are you not able to think about Krishna constantly? Because we have not put Krishna on the pedestal of love. Okay? 1 second. Okay, just 1 second. Just calm up. Krishna, sorry, yes. So we are not put Krishna in the platform of love. That's why we're not able to think about Krishna constantly. Does it make sense? So one who has prema, they're naturally able to think about Krishna constantly. Okay? Makes sense? Any questions on this? No? Right. Harish Ramya, sorry. See,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna, we're able to hear, I don't know, when you joined, but
Yes, I joined, but I wasn't understanding how we reached 18th chapter.
oh, no. So basically, we are trying to talk about the 18th, or the 24th verse, right? Chapter number 13, 24th verse.
Oh,
The
okay.
26th verse talks about hearing,
Yes.
right? Last time we talked about chapter 13, verse number 26.
Hmm.
It talks about hearing, right?
Okay.
So in that regard, for hearing, we're just talking about this. I'm collecting some articles on different topics, and this is about hearing. We're just reading some couple of articles about hearing, and
Okay.
go to the 18th chapter, and then came back.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Any questions on what I mentioned? Anything you want to share? Mhm. Yes. Nice. Okay. So there are many more articles, I think, but it was time. We'll go ahead. Many more articles, very beautiful articles. Who really hears? Basically, these are topics, say, qualification to hear. Simply by hearing what happens. Reflector, who really hears? Qualification for hear Krishna pastimes. Hearing Krishna Katha. These are different topics.
Prabhu,
of hearing.
can you talk about qualification for hearing Krishna's pastimes, Prabhu?
Pastimes 26, right? I think you opened it. Yeah, he's awesome. Shri Bhakti Thakur. Okay. So this is from Chaitanya Shikshamrita. Okay. Please stop me at any point if you're not able to understand what's going on. Please stop me, okay? So I'll read and stop, okay? The following is a section from Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita entitled Jada Baddha Jiva Krishna Lila Shravane Anadhikari. So who is not able to, who is the Anadhikari, who is unqualified, who is disqualified from hearing Krishna Katha. Okay? He says the materially conditioned soul has no qualification in Krishna pastime. So he's talking about very specific set of pastimes. Okay? Not everyone is qualified to hear the daily passion of Radha Krishna Ashtakal Leela. Not everyone is qualified. No, they're not. It is some eligibility. Okay? So that is why, so if you see here, I think it goes, okay. This may not be exactly, okay, let's see. If you have a question, depending on what question is, I might say yes or no. It is esoteric knowledge of great wonder that must be kept secret. It is a devotee's duty to not let those who are unqualified to hear these topics. Why? You hear these topics and if you're not qualified, you might cultivate some tendency which becomes very detrimental to bhakti. If you're not qualified enough. Okay, that is why it has to be kept secret. Significance known depending on your eligibility, the guru will say, okay, now you're ready or not. As long as the materially conditioned soul has not attained greed for spiritual world on the path of rag, the description of these pastimes will be kept hidden for him. But is it a name called greed? I think greed for spiritual. What the greed means? What is the name for greed? Sanskrit name for greed?
Lobha.
Lobha or laulyam. So greed is not bad. Greed depends on what you are greedy for. Right? So greedy for material things, yep, not great, not good at all. But one can be greedy for spiritual. Lobha sange harikatha. So one should be greedy to get association of devotees and hear harikatha in such association. One should be greedy for that. To a degree, we are greedy, trying to get association of to Vaishnavas and hearing Hari Katha. To that degree will be advancement. So you could say greed is proportional to advancement in bhakti. The more greed you have, the more advancement you will make in bhakti. Simple as that. Right? But here greed is different. But yeah, in general, that's the essence. The more greedy you are to hear the association of exalted Vaishnavas, the more you advance in bhakti. Very, very simple terms. As long as the pure spiritual nature of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes has not arisen in the heart, one has no qualification for hearing this pastime. This pastime means Ashtakal Leela. Okay? Hearing them, the unqualified person will simply meditate on material relationships of male and female and the relationship of Maya, and by this he will become degraded. They will try to equate Bhagwan's pastimes with, Arey, we also do the same thing. What is this? And we'll bring Krishna's pastimes on our level. And that is the start of anarthas, aparadhas. The reader with great care should attain initiation into the Shingaras and only then he can enter the pastimes. Otherwise, material logic will cast heart into darkness. We'll use logic. So many issues, so many things can be said about this, but yeah. Those who are qualified, however, should read daily and meditate on the description of the pastimes. So, yeah, in the writings, the Goswamis are given a synopsis of daily activities of Radha and Krishna Ashtakal Leela. For the deliverance of those who are qualified to always remember those pastimes. Gond Lilamrit, they all. Now let's see here. The Lord has instructed us that we should consider carefully the following verse from chapter 33 of the Bhagavatam. Okay? The word Shraddha in the verse means aprakrita vishaye Shraddha, transcendental faith in non-material objects. This verse is the last verse of the Rasa Panchadhyaya. Then chapter number, canto 10, chapter number 33, the last verse. We create the Majapati. We see here Shraddhanvita. One should be, so here qualification here, Krishna's pastime talks very specifically about the Ras Leela, the Ras Panchadhyaya, or that particular aspect. Does it make sense either? So it doesn't talk about hearing in general. So no, in a very conventional sense, everyone should hear Krishna Katha. But again, there are pastimes which should not be heard unless we are qualified by our, unless we are told by the Guru to hear. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay. We could continue from the head. Okay. Verse 26 we did. Verse 27. Now verse 27 describes the final section. Okay, so 27 to 35. The final section basically it summarizes the information which whatever Krishna has told. It summarizes that and explains how to distinguish Kshetra and Kshetrajna. We'll see. It's summarizing. Summarization will happen now. Okay. 27th verse. Would you like to read 27th verse?
Prabhuji, can I try reading it in?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Why not? Please go ahead.
Okay. यावत् सञ्चयते किञ्चित् सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमं क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात् तद्विधि भरतार्षभ. I'm sorry if I'm wrong somewhere. Please correct me.
That's very perfect. Don't worry about it. Perfect. Very, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Please go read the word by word, which helps understand. Yeah.
You want me to read that yavat is whatever? Okay. Yavat is whatever. Sanchayate comes into being. Kinchit anything. Sattvam existent. Stavara not moving. Jangamam moving. Kshetra of the body. Kshetrajna knower of the body. Samyogat by the union between. Tatviti you must know it. Bharadarshabha, O chief of the Bharatas.
Very nice. So please quickly the translation purport also you can read.
Okay. Translation. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Purport. Both material nature and the living entity, whichever existing before the creation of the cosmos, are explained in this verse. Whatever is created is but a combination of the living entity and material nature. There are many manifestations like trees, mountains, and hills which are not moving, and there are many existences which are moving, and all of them are but combinations of material nature and the superior nature, the living entity. Without the touch of the superior nature, the living entity, nothing can grow. The relationship between material nature and spiritual nature is eternally going on, and this combination is affected by the Supreme Lord. Therefore, He is the controller of both the superior and interior natures. The material nature is created by Him, and the superior nature is placed in this material nature. And thus, all these activities and manifestations take place.
Very, very nice. Very nice. You read it was very beautifully.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Okay. So you have to share. Understand this verse. Very simple verse actually, buddy. You have to share. Oh, so when I said share, share what you understood. Sorry.
Okay. So I think here he is meaning like whatever we see, whether it's living or non-living, uh, it is all from the superior. I mean, a superior Krishna, I can say. It's all created by him, or it is all his manifestation, and this is and if in his manifestation, it is a combination of both living and non-living, maybe things. Non-living like trees and mountains, all these are a field of activity, I think. Yeah, where something that's a field of activity for the living beings, maybe the living
Okay.
entities. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so in that way. I'm not sure.
Okay. No. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So one question for everyone. How is the mountain a combination of Kshetra and Kshetrajna? This body we talked about, right? This combination Kshetra is what? The body. Kshetrajna is
The knower of the body.
now the body. So we can understand, oh yeah, so everything is moving means the matter is there and spirit inside is there, and the combination of these two make the inanimate object animate. Right? That makes sense. Krishna is saying, whatever you see in the existence, yavat sanjayate kinchi, whatever comes into being, sattva means existence. May that be sthawara or jangama. Sthawara means non-moving. Jangama means walking. It's samyoga, it's combination of kshetra and kshetrajna. Tad buddhi. Understand this. Bharatashava. Okay, Krishna, I can understand the body and and the soul together and body is moving. Okay, that makes sense. How is a mountain or grass, what mountain, for example, right? How is that a combination of Kshetra and Kshetrajna?
Here, Kshetrajna refers to the super soul within the object, Prabhu.
Very good, nice. Thank you. Yes, Kshetrajna here refers to the super soul in that case, right? So whatever uh, in each and every body, whatever body is there, this Paramatma is always there. The living entity might be there, not be there. For example, just Thavara, mountains. But Paramatma is always there. Without Paramatma, the body can't sustain. So here, whatever the non-moving, moving, whatever it is combination of field of activity, Kshetra and Kshetrajna, means here the knower of the field. For us, it's living entity, we, and Paramatma, both. And for others, for frame, window, door, whatever, is the Paramatma there. This one living entity in that. Does that make sense? So that is very simply in this. Whatever exists in the creation, whatever you take, entire creation can be classified into these two. But in these two, it can be classified as the combination of the spirit and matter. Simple as that. That's it. Everything is combination spirit and matter. And spirit does not come into being. There's no creation of spirit soul. Is spirit soul created or not created at any point of time?
Eternal, Prabhu.
Eternal. Where is it written?
Sorry, Prabhu.
Where is it written? How do I know? Why should I believe you?
uh, there is a verse in the second chapter, right, Prabhu?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in Sankhya Yoga part. I don't know the verse number.
Okay. But good. At least you know it. Good.
Yes.
न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन नायं भूत्वा भूतवान् न जायते न म्रियते वा कदाचिन. The soul is never born, soul never dies. Right? Yeah. Thanks so much, Mataji. Perfect. Second chapter. Atmagyan section, Sankhya Yoga section. Right? So the soul is never born, but eternally the soul, Bhagavan puts the appropriate based on the karma, immemorial karma, the Prakriti and Jiva together, and then they entangle themselves. Krishna said, this is a snowball, right? We just keep the snowball there, and then the snowball starts rolling. It will accumulate the snow on its own, becomes big, big, whatever. No one has to do anything. Similarly, once the Jiva and Prakriti are together, the Bhagwan arrangement, tathastu, they roll on their own and their own karma, and then the ball gets rolling, starts rolling. Okay, that's the meaning of this. So this is a summarization of chapter 4, 5, chapter 13. The start of chapter number 13. Krishna summarizes in one verse itself. Okay, does it make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you so much. Fourth chapter, verse 28. Right? Again, Krishna will start expanding, summarizing what has been spoken already. Anyone like to read chapter verse 128?
I will read, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead.
समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनिश्यत्स अविन्यासन्दं या पश्यति सा पश्यति. Samam means equally. Sarveshu in all. Bhuteshu living entities. Tishtandam residing. Parameshwaram is the super soul. Vinashatsava. Can you tell me how is that pronounced, Prabhuji?
Yeah, so when a u comes, right? Because you say in word to word, you see Vinashatsu,
Vinashatsu. Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Then u
Vinashat.
comes, and after u, if a vowel comes, e, u, whatever comes, right?
Ah,
Becomes like a v, va.
okay.
So
Vinesh.
it's a sandhi, this is a combination. So you would say Vinash Yatsava Vinashantam. You could swa instead of su, it's a
Vinesh.
va. So Vinash Yatsva Vinashantam.
Okay,
But during
Vinashat.
break, word by word, it becomes Vinashatsu.
Okay. Vinashatsu in the destructible, avishyantam, not destroyed,
Vinashantam.
avinashyantam,
Ah,
not destroyed. Ya, anyone who, pashyadi, sees, sa, he, pashyadi, actually sees.
mhm.
The translation: one who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies and who understands that neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed actually sees. Purport: anyone who by good association can see three things combined together: the body, the proprietor of the body or individual soul, and the friend of the individual soul is actually in the knowledge. Unless one has the association of a real knower of spiritual subjects, one cannot see these three things. Those who do not have such association are ignorant. They simply see the body and they think that when the body is destroyed, everything is finished. But actually, it is not so. After the destruction of the body, both the soul and the super soul exist, and they go on eternally in many various moving and non moving forms. The Sanskrit word Parameshwara is sometimes translated as the individual soul because the soul is the master of the body, and after the destruction of the body, he transfers to another form. In that way, he is master, but there are others who interpret this Parameshwara to be super soul. In either case, both the super soul and the individual soul continue. They are not destroyed. One who can see in this way can actually see what is happening.
Yeah, thank you so much. Very beautifully read. Very nice. Okay, so Krishna is here. But put that sharing anything? Roughly quiet.
What I think is that if we are in a good association with somebody who is already a devotee, or who knows spiritual uh, aspects, only with only those who or only them, they will have the clarity, and with the association of them, one can get to see what actually is happening around. And one
Very
who
nice.
is going away from that will be ignorant, and they do not come to know what is the truth.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, we summarize. So let's say if you want to know, you want to learn about, you want to learn about knitting, for example, right?
One
The
question,
facility-
Prabhu.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Real knower of spiritual subjects, yours, it's true devotee or they mean guru?
Guru is a true devotee, for sure. Right?
Okay.
So when you
So
say true devotee, what do you mean? Can you elaborate on true devotee when you say?
I was thinking like actually yeah, guru also a true devotee only.
Mm-hmm. You have to be a true devotee.
Correct. Okay. So when they're saying association of a real knower of spiritual subjects,
Mm-hmm.
one cannot see these three things. So just by the association with the devotee,
Mm-hmm.
one can see body, proprietor of body, and individual soul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking, Prabhu, is that what it
No.
means?
It sounded like a question. Saying something. Okay. So yes, for example, right? If it's the verse, you know, Tad Vidhi Pranipatena verse,
No.
chapter number 4, says how to approach a guru.
Chapter number 4.
Right? Chapter number
Mhm.
4, if I'm correct. Please correct me, Bhakti students. I think 434 or something.
434, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. 434. Tad Vidhi Pranipatena. So, how can we learn? How should we learn how to approach the person? But everything, especially. Tad Vidhi Pranipatena, to what Vidhi, try to
Mm.
understand, right? By how, what is the process? Pranipat means obeisances, being humble. Pariprashnena, nicely ask questions. And seva, by serving, by doing three things. Pranipat, Pariprashna, and seva.
Okay.
And then Upadekshanti Jnanam, they will tell you, they will impart the knowledge into you. Why? Because Dainas, they have Tattvadarshi. They have seen the truth. So, in association of devotees, right, we can talk about subject matters and give examples and everything, right? Theoretically, we can understand. But when we come in contact with a devotee who have realized that, then the effect is much larger and much faster.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So I can talk about quantum physics. हाँ मैंने book quantum physics में ऐसे किया है. Yeah, I can talk about all about that. I read a book or something. I can tell something. But what if a person who's actually working on the quantum physics field and they come to explain to you? They are much more powerful. Why? They're
Yeah.
actually working on it. They realize they are doing it day in, day out. So for a pure devotee who's actually seeing the making distinctions and actually able to differentiate, when we come in contact with them, they become very powerful. They go sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha is very, very important. So one of the five, not five, but yeah, one of the top five limbs of bhakti. Anyone knows top five limbs of bhakti? Okay, there are how many limbs of bhakti given by Sri Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita
64.
Sindhu? Huh? 4?
64? 64.
64, yeah. 64. Right? 64 limbs, 64 different ways we can please Bhagwan. There are innumerable ways. Of that, 64 Shri Rupa Goswami is given Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. 64 ways. Now 64 is paralysis by analysis. 64 कौन सा करे भी? So he has really dumbed it down for us. Of 64, he has given 5. Most prominent, most powerful. Anyone knows which are the 5?
Yes, Prabhu.
Uh,
Sadhu
yeah, go
Sangha,
ahead, Bhakti.
Nama Kirtana, and Bhagavad Shravana,
Okay, very good.
and deity worship,
Okay.
and
Good.
living in a dham.
Very nice, Pati. Thank you so much. Beautiful. साधु संग नाम कीर्तन भागवत श्रवण मथुरा वास श्री मूर्तेरा श्रद्धेय सेवन. Right? So, what is the first limb mentioned there? Sadhu Sangha. To such an extent, our Acharyas mentioned Krishna Bhakti hoye janma mula sadhu sangha. The root of Krishna Bhakti is sadhu sangha. Without coming in contact with devotees, one can't have bhakti. One can't get bhakti. Impossible. Without coming in contact with the devotee, bhakti seed cannot be planted in the heart. तो कृष्ण भक्ति मूल होए, कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म होए मूल साधु संग. कृष्ण भक्ति, कृष्ण प्रेम जन्म होए पूरा मुख्य अंग. But once you attain the goal of bhakti, still sadhu sangha is as important as in the beginning. So one point is sadhu sangha is extremely important, and especially if that sadhu is an Uttamadhikari, pure Vaishnava, exalted Vaishnava, much exalted than us, then the effect is much faster, much higher. Does it make sense? While I speak, while women speak, things may go into a head, and some of them may go into a heart. And there might be some transmission, some may not be. But when such a devotee speaks, not only goes into head, but races on the heart, and transformation happens. And if you experience it,
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah, experience is speaking here. See, what is saying? She experienced it.
No, no, Prabhu. No, not really, but I can understand what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, association is very important. So this is her answer, me.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, perfect. You see, so again, it's very simple here. First, samam sarveshu bhutesh, those who see everyone equally in all living entities. Tishtantam Parameshwaram, those who see Parameshwaram seated in everyone's heart. Right? Vinashyasu Avanishyantam. Right? That means in the destructible body as the indestructible Parameshwar personality. Right? Yep, such a person actually sees. One who sees the indestructible Paramatma sitting in the destructible body in all living entities, such a person actually sees. There's a discrimination being made that super soul is different than Jiva. Here, Parameshwara. Okay? And Jiva. So, here again, because it's talking of Sankhya, Jnana Yoga mainly, actual Jnani is one who can actually discern that Paramatma. So, when we say Namaste, Namaste, right? Namaste means what? Who are we offering obeisances to?
To Krishna in the heart of
Yes.
yes.
Not to the living entity, not to the body.
Yeah.
To actually Paramatma in there. That is the actual understanding of Namaste. Namaste. Please give me obeisances. O Paramatma sitting in the heart of the living entity. Because of our ego, हमको कर रहे हैं, हमको नमस्ते नहीं किया. भाई, the Paramatma in the heart should be offered obeisances. That's actually a namaste. What you mentioned. So, when you see the Paramatma, and when you see Paramatma in living entity, one will naturally be able to they will know enviousness naturally, because Paramatma is in everyone's heart. Enviousness, or we could say, seeing non-discrimination, racial discrimination, whatever discrimination, won't be there. And we can't understand that unless we come to association with devotees. Those who don't have association with devotees, or who's not able to associate with those people who know this stuff, basically, they're what? They are then in ignorance. They simply see the body, they think the body destroyed, everything is finished. It's called, I say, YOLO. But YOLO, you only live once. कौन देखा है? Who has seen the next life? अरे बिंदास. This is a philosophy. It's called as Charvak philosophy. Charvak basically says, what is this? Who has seen? नहीं ना. Just eat, drink, merry, खाओ पियो मस्त रहो बस. If you can't eat, rob a bank, bad, get drink, nice, enjoy life. Who knows what is going on? It's called Charvak philosophy. Okay? So we shouldn't be like that. Right? Shouldn't be like that. So those in ignorance, they see all this stuff. At least we should know theoretically. Practically, we'll not be able to, may not realize that, will not be, maybe you have realized, I don't know. Hopefully we have, but I have not realized that. So at least theoretically, I know. When it's sadhana bhakti, I want to realize practically. That effort should be there from our side. Does it make sense? This particular verse? Again, Krishna summarizing this section of, this is all mentioned in the previous section of the chapter, basically. It's having section of the chapter. Any questions, anything?
I got reminded of a similar verse in fourth chapter, Prabhu. Ya Pashyati Sa Pashyati, your second chapter.
Yeah,
One
we also,
who,
yeah.
yeah, a true seer, right? True seer.
It thinks Vidya Vinay Sampanne, that range, I think so.
I mean, the verse only, I thought it comes. Okay.
Yeah, please do share. When you remember, please share.
Yeah, Prabhu. I'll have to see. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhu.
So any questions on this? If not, we can go ahead. Once, twice. Okay, let's go to 29. Would you have to read verse 29?
I can read, Prabhu.
Yes, fine. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र समवस्थितमीश्वरं न हि आत्मनात्मानं ततो याति परां गतिम्. Samam, equally, Pashyan, seeing, he certainly, Sarvatra, everywhere, Samavastitam, equally situated, Ishwaram, the super soul, Na, does not, Hinasti, degrade Atmana, by the mind, Atmanam, the soul, Tatha, then, Yati, reaches, Param, the transcendental, Gatim, destination. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus he approaches the transcendental destination. Purport: the living entity, by accepting his material existence, has become situated differently than in his spiritual existence. But if one understands that the Supreme is situated in his Paramatma manifestation everywhere, that is, if one can see the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead in every living being, he does not degrade himself by a destructive mentality, and he therefore gradually advances to the spiritual world. The mind is generally addicted to sense gratifying processes. But when the mind turns to the super soul, one becomes advanced in spiritual understanding.
Okay. Thank you, Madhu. Thank you for reading.
Hare Krishna.
Would anyone like to share anything on this?
One who controls the mind or that's the key. I understood, Prabhu, here. And one who is controlling the mind, and by turning to the super soul,
Okay.
within himself, then he can slowly advance in spiritual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Bhakti. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes.
So here he says, does not degrade himself by his mind. So is it something that he's mentioning that every living being, that once we start seeing the super soul in every living being, we won't degrade them, or like how it works? Like we are not degrading others. We understand even they are also they also in within them also there is a super soul. So we have to respect and do not degrade them. Or is it something that we should not degrade ourselves?
Mhm.
So what is he referring actually here?
So, simply, anyone who sees this Paramatma, the super soul, the Lord, situated distinctly from the living entity. Okay,
Okay.
they're not the same. Okay, not the
Mm.
same, they're different, and situated in all, situated with or in every body. Okay, equally.
Mm.
Does not cause degradation of himself by a mind. Basically, do what the crux is. Mind can make or break. Mind can be a good friend or the worst enemy. Mind is the player, MVP, the most valuable player. If you get the most valuable player on your side, you'll win the game. If not, you will lose the game. Does that make sense? So mind is the one. Mind is the crux point. The mind, depending on the state of mind. So if you see chapter number 15, verse number 8 and 9. Okay. Should we would you like to read chapter number chapter number 15, verse number 8 and 9? You
I
would
can
like to read?
read. Prabhu.
Sorry, Madhuri?
You said you asked us to read in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Veda. Okay.
Yeah. 15.8.
Okay. Yeah. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyu uktra ut utkramati shravah गृहीत्वानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धान् इवाशयात्.
Okay. Thank you, Madhuri. Would like to read translation? Sorry.
Yeah. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another, as the air carries aromas. Thus, he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another.
Okay. So living entity in the world carries different conceptions of life from one body to another. As air carries aromas. As air goes, you can carry, if it goes through a rose garden, nice smell. If it goes through the gutter smell, whatever. Right? But now what is that it takes one from one life to another? Okay? Verse number 9. Just in translation, Mati should be good.
Okay. The living entity,
Hmm.
thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He
Hmm.
thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects.
Yes. So what is that entity which causes the living entity body from one body to another?
That's a mind.
The mind.
Also, Prabhu,
Mm-hmm.
they're saying living entity thus taking another gross body. How is it that there is no assurance that the living entity is next will be a body that has all of these functions, right?
It can be different ways. So it doesn't mean that it has to be exactly like ours. So basically the point is the mind takes living entity depends on the karma. For example, A person may have human body itself,
Hmm.
but based on karma, they may not have hearing ability at all since birth.
Okay.
That makes sense? So does it
Yes.
mean here for certain type of ear, eye, they may have whatever they may have, whatever faculties they have, depending on the body they have,
Right.
right? But they may not be use it.
That need not be human body. It can be
No, no,
anything.
no, no, of course not.
Hmm.
Can be
Okay.
any body, but gross body will be there. The point is the sole reason for a living entity to get a body and continue getting body from one life to another, the main player is the mind.
Right. Okay.
That is the whole point of this verse. Okay? The main point is the mind. So if we have the mind under control, if you see this, where is that verse? One second. So if you go in Bhagavatam, yeah, I should make a note also here. One second. So maybe I'll share my screen. Bhagavatam 4:29-66. Okay? Let me share my screen. This Narad Muni speaking to Prachini Bharishat. In chapter 4, almost the end of 4th canto. Okay? Mana eva manushasya पूर्वरूपाणि संशति भविष्यतश्च भद्रन्ते तथैव न भविष्यतः. O king, the mind is the cause of the living entities attaining certain type of body in accordance with the association with material nature. Damn, to the point. Okay? According to one's mental composition, one can understand what the living entity was in his past life, as well as what kind of body he will have in the future. Thus, the mind indicates the past and the future bodies. The mind is the index of information about one's past and future lives. The repository of every single thing but done in our lives. Mind is the cause of living entities attaining certain type of body. Based on Karanam Guna Sangasya. If you see the verse in chapter 13th verse, remember this verse we read? Guna Sangasya. The verse there again. Yeah, verse 22. Purusha Prakriti Stohi Bhungte Bhakti Jan Gunan Karanam Guna Sangosya Sad Asat Yoni Janmasu. Living entity in material nature that follows various life, enjoying three modes of material nature. This is due to its association with the material nature. Same thing mentioned here. That makes sense? The mind is the cause. So if we can have mind on our side, best case scenario, right? The mind can we can have mind on our side multiple ways. From say the extreme way, bitterly, they are forcefully trying to do some things. The other way is to gradually or try to engage in positive activities slowly. Thereby, we increase the amount of the good activity, spiritual activity, and reduce the negative activity automatically. So, the different ways. The point is, so when he says one does not degrade himself by his mind, the degrade is matlab going to lower species of life or developing negative qualities. So, mind can make or break, right? So, one who can see Paramatma, can distinction, has spiritual knowledge properly, the mind, they try to make the mind our good friend. If you don't do that, if you think, array, mind, array, body, what one life, what is use, no problem, enjoy. The mind is doing all this stuff, trying to reason of not doing things. See, if for a person who wants to surrender into Krishna, right, or person who surrender into Krishna, the mind will postpone surrender. The mind will say, don't surrender. For a person who surrender to Krishna and wants to surrender more, has to do more service, the mind will postpone the surrender. The mind will do its best because it's been habituated since lifetimes of not doing these things. So person should surrender करना है किसी को, mind say, अरे why to do this all? See, you won't be able to eat anything, non-veg, kuch bhi you can't do, you can drink. Why to do all this nonsense? Enjoy, man. Mind will do all this stuff. And for devotee who's for person who is different, okay, Krishna, I have to bhakti, I want to chant. When I get up chant, mind will say, "Arey, it's okay, just 6 or 4 o'clock. So there's one more, chalo. One more hour to sleep, then you can do chanting, no problem. Chalo. Postpone it. Postpone it. Mind plays tricks on this in this ways, various ways. This makes sense. So mind can degrade if you're not understanding properly what to do, what is going on, what is reality, at least theoretically. Does it make sense? The long winding answer, sorry.
I understood, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So, but the mind, when you say something, there has to be a different person, a different entity who has to say yes or no. Mind, what is the function of mind? What is the function of mind?
To try to
Job of
take
mind?
over in intelligence.
No, that is not the function of mind. Function of mind. That is in the conditional state. Function of mind is sankalpa vikalpa,
Okay, restless.
not restless.
S-
Sankalpa means so many options. And mind says, "वो मुझे ये करने का है." Vikalpa. And decide what to do. Decide something, do something. Or thinking, feeling, willing. The mind does. Right? You think, you feel, you do something. All this mind feels. But who should actually say yes or no? Once the mind comes up with these options,
Intelligence.
intelligence. Intelligence, that factor, that faculty discriminates yes, no. But the question is, why? What basis should the intelligence say yes or no?
Should be sharpened by scriptures, Prabhu.
Yeah. So again, yeah, right. So what is the basis? Scriptures is the basis, the yardstick, right? So what depends on the scripture, what the scripture says, you yes or no. But that मुझे ऐसा लगता है, it will good for me. How do you know what good for you? You may think, well, अरे, don't I know myself? I know what is good for me. So that good for me will vary depending on person to person. What is good for you may not be good for me. Your poison, my nectar. My nectar, your poison. Whatever, my poison, your nectar, right? So what is good for me may not be good for you. We think, but we need to have a baseline, stable baseline with which we should measure the yardstick. What is good for us, good for not good for us, whatever. There is Shastra. Does that make sense? Is it mumbo jumbo, bouncer, 150 kilometer per hour? Any questions?
Yes, Prabhu. Again, that function of mind part that went off.
Went off, do you understand?
I mean, bits and pieces.
Okay, so mind has two, depending on how you talk.
Sankalpa,
Vikalpa. Sankalpa
vikalpa.
means ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है. So many things. Okay. Vikalpa means choosing one from many.
Okay.
So I do many things, but okay, मुझे ये करना है. Sankalpa is I do so many things, but I will do this one thing. Vikalpa. That makes sense?
Okay.
I want to do something. Other way you can say is thinking, feeling, willing. Repository of all emotions, the thought process, whatever. Right? Mind has its storehouse. Okay? Mind will come out. It's like a CEO, right? CEO will say, I want to increase sales by 25% this year. जो करना है करो. Mind, okay, let's go. क्या करना है? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. They come with plans. But then the board director will say, this we can't do it. No. What we told. Right? So someone has to say no, yes. By what are you doing? This is absolute nonsense. What are you doing? Don't do this. Do this. Someone has to say, right? Mind will come with infinite number of things, one after the other. But if it start doing everything when the mind says, we'll go mad.
Right.
So who is that entity? What is that faculty which says yes, no, or should say yes, no?
Intelligence.
Intelligence should say. But again, question comes now. If intelligence is no, based on what should say yes or no? It's over there. It's a if condition. Yes, no. Right? That's how programming works, right? If based on what? What condition should satisfy? For a person outside, you say, what is good for what I like? What I feel good, I should do it. That's what other people would say. Yes. What if whatever you feel good, you're happy, do it. Right? That's the answer. But that is mind taken over intelligence. And say, मन मुझे
Yes.
खाने का है. हाँ बोल. I say, okay. कर लो, हो गया, खत्म. That is mind has sieged, taken over the intelligence and does what it wants to do. But the actual way is whatever, if this is supreme, this is golden standard. Whatever takes you towards Krishna, yes, or takes away from Krishna, no. That's the golden yardstick. That should be yardstick. Whatever helps us whatever helps us progress spiritually, no. आनुकूल्य से संकल्प प्रातिकूल्य से वर्जनम. अनुकूल जो भी अनुकूल है, take it. प्रतिकूल है, वर्जनम. That is yardstick. But then how do we know what is good for bhakti, what is not good for bhakti? How do we know? State 23, but
If an activity allows to do more remembrance of Krishna, then it is anukulasya.
okay, perfect. But where do I find all those things which is good for bhakti? Where do I find?
Association.
Okay, association. In association, what do the devotees do? Or what do people do?
Hearing and reading about Krishna.
Where is that hearing Krishna? Where is that found?
Scriptures.
Shastra.
Okay.
Shastra will say Shastra is the yardstick. And that's why it says sharpen our intelligence by the study of Shastra. When intelligence is sharpened, we can sharpen knife using whatever different tools. Intelligence को क्या मशीन में घुसाए करो ऐसे कुछ करे, it won't work. Right? So what is the way to sharpen intelligence? Shastra adhyanam. Shastra chakshura, understanding Shastra. ये करना चाहिए, ये करना, हाँ. And then using that. That makes sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So we stop here with verse 29, and hopefully we can see we can complete this chapter next time. Not possible, but by 35th, so we have 6 verses. It's an ambitious project. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully at least not to the next week. At least, next week. I won't be here.
There's no class, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I won't be able to be. No, next 2 weeks I won't be.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the next 2 weeks. I
3
will not
weeks,
be
Prabhu, actually.
3 weeks, Madi?
Three or... Oh, no. If it's Sunday, yes. 2 weeks, yes.
I think it's 2 weeks. Unless 14 days. That's great. So 2 weeks. I won't be.
Even on Jan 1st, Prabhu, 3rd week, we have Rompada Swami here, Prabhu. We have a special
The
program.
retreat, right?
Yes, Prabhu. So we will see how that goes, Prabhu.
Yeah, I don't want to disturb anything else. So, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Maharaj. So if not that, then we'll see next year.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, first Maharaj comes on first.
No, Prabhu, Maharaj is here from 30th, I believe, Prabhu, or 31st.
31st. 31st.
First. Okay, definitely not that week then. We'll definitely see you on 8th then. 8th.
Oh, my gold ring, it is gone.
8th.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu, 8th.
So please. So next 2 weeks I'll be in Seattle. Mataji is there. Amarinda Prabhu is coming there.
Oh, very nice, Prabhu.
There are 2 weeks of Harikatha. So 28 classes.
Oh, wow.
So,
Any special topic, Prabhu?
so morning it will be Krishna Sandarbha.
Huh?
Maybe it's in the kitchen. I love the kitchen.
And in the evening, Krishna Katha.
He knows there's going to be more down so that he can eat, right? See, there's a lot of treats lying down.
Very
there.
good.
I will eat it.
Mataji, we are not able to. Sorry, Mataji, we can't hear Prabhu speaking. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. So, morning it will be Krishna Sandarbha, and evening it will be Krishna Katha. I'm not sure about a particular topic he has chosen. Maybe Mataji know. I don't know. Mataji, if you please share if you know. But Krishna Katha, some Krishna Katha will be there. 14 days, 2 weeks. So only morning, evening, morning, 14 days, just 20 classes. Yes,
The
Mataji. please.
retreat, Prabhu.
Sorry, Ajamil
Jamil passed it? Okay.
Is
That's
it
what-
a retreat, Prabhu?
It's not a retreat. Yeah, because like a retreat, in the sense it's not going outside somewhere.
Okay.
It's temple program and good home program.
Okay.
So, but and there'll be kirtan.
Okay.
And sometimes the kirtan goes in temple. It goes 11 o'clock. Kirtan.
Okay.
It's blissful. So please, if you can join, please join. The 2 weeks, right? Come on if possible on Saturday, Sunday.
It's in Seattle, Prabhu.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Oh.
It's nice. Not far.
Okay.
Please come. Morning, I don't know if Krishna Katha, I don't know if you, Sandarbha, if you're not able to join, I don't know, because early in the morning, it will be 6 to, at least weekdays, it will be 6 to 7:30 in the morning, with Japa in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then 6 to 7:30, Sandarbhas.
When is this class starting, Prabhu?
15th,
Oh, okay.
15 to 29. You can come within that, any day you can come. Please come.
Okay.
For information, we can find, let you know.
Okay,
But yeah,
Prabhu.
please do come. It's going to be amazing. Hearing from the live, not on YouTube. So Aramya, have you met him?
Well, I did not catch the
Ananda
name. Which no, I have not. But I've seen some of his videos.
Yes, so please to join. Again, as I mentioned, in person, Sangha is very different than YouTube.
Yes.
If possible.
I don't remember. I think one devotee had shared one video of his. Let me see what